to my little corner of YouTube. This is MaPK underscore Mrs. G. I'm really thankful for your return. I'm wishing everybody a happy new year. I hope everybody's
New Year.
You wanna say it again?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So today we starting, or this new year of ours, we starting with some green fingers.
It's wet.
Yeah, your bucket over there is getting wet. So today, or this year,
Today
we're starting.
we can go outside.
We are outside. We're starting our new year with some gardening. So I've developed some green fingers, and as a result, I've gotten some plants that need to be potted, some other plants that need to be repotted. So today, that's basically all we're gonna be sharing. It's starting to rain now, which is perfect for the plants because we want them to
Mama,
be out in the
let's go
rain.
find
But
Daddy in
let's
the car.
okay, we're gonna go find him. But today, let's get some gardening. And as you can see, motherhood realities gotta go. So catch me my clip on. Okay, fam. So what I was actually trying to say was, let's get cracking. Now that my child is napping, let's get started with today's episode and today's activities of gardening and making my plant babies, which are now getting some essential rainwater. Let's get started with getting my plant babies into their new pots. Let's get cracking. Off I went to Builders to go and learn a little bit about flowers and plants. This was my first time getting plants, so I wanted to learn a little bit more. The guy showed me the differences between the artificial ones and the real ones and showed me his recommendations. I then got myself those plants, are the ones that I got from Builders, as well as a lavender plant. I got some herbs as well, but those are already potted and growing. Over here, what needs to happen is that those plants that you see, the green plants that you see in the white pots, are the ones that need to come out of those pots and be repotted into the dark gray pots. So I got these green plants that were recommended to not be such high maintenance at Builders. The guy that was advising me over there was advising me that they're not such high maintenance. They love their moisture, they love their sunlight. The other smaller ones prefer a more shadier area as opposed to direct sunlight. But I got these ones because they're green. You know, the color green just represents and symbolizes a lot of life and health and just being alive. And I definitely love the aesthetic of having the plants around. I started by watering the plants in order to make the soil soft and to allow the plants to be able to come out of the pots without having to break the pots or break or damage any of the roots of the plants, because I want them to survive in their new larger pot. I also got this potting soil from Builders. I got quite a large bag because this is not the only project I'm intending to use the soil for. I'm just pouring a little bit of the soil first into the new pots, and then I'll transfer the plant. Then I'll add more soil once the plant is in the pot. This is to ensure that the plant has sufficient soil around it for the roots to continue growing. Mama Tabs is actually such a great help to me because she not only helps me with my son and in my house, but she's been quite an integral part of me and my green fingers because she advises me a lot. She knows a lot more about plants and looking after plants. She advises me a lot on how to take care of them, how to nurture them, and how to make the relationship reciprocal. I've really learned that through therapy as well. The relationship with plants is quite a reciprocal one. Okay, the first plant is in. Now it's time to add that soil that we need to add into the pot in order to allow the roots to have soil to grow into. We're just going to use the second pot just to make life a little bit easier because this bag is quite heavy and it's not going to make sense to try and pour from the bag into the pot. But yeah, nothing goes to waste. Even that little drop of sand that I dropped because of the weight of the bag will go into the pot so that we make sure that nothing goes to waste. Okay, now it's time to pot the smaller plants into the white pots. I forgot the name of this particular plant, but I was just attracted to the color. I loved how the green and the purple and I just think aesthetically it looks very nice next to the bigger green plants. I forgot the name of this plant, but what I do know is that this plant is quite sensitive to direct sunlight. It appreciates partial shade and shady areas and a lot of moisture, so it quite enjoys its moisture. Whenever it rains, I take the plants out and I put them directly where they can get access to rainwater, because most of the time they're in the patio and the patio is pretty much covered except for the parts where the sun hits directly. But apart from that, I keep them moisturized, keep them hydrated. Looking after plants, maybe one can associate it to looking after hair. Keep it hydrated. This second one was actually a 2-in-1. There was one where the leaves are green and white and another side where the leaves are green and purple. So we were debating whether to separate it or to keep it in one pot. But I decided to keep it in one pot because I just like how it looks. Something really attracted me to this plant and I wanted to keep them both with their two tones in one pot. I think it looks really appealing with their two-tonedness, and maybe it speaks a little bit about my personality that has different shades, different tones, all mixed into one. Okay, once the plants are in the pots, like I said earlier, we add more soil in order to make sure that the roots continue to grow and the plant can grow. Should the plant, I don't know if this plant is going to get any larger than what it is, but should it get any larger, then obviously we'll have to revisit this entire exercise and get larger pots and repot them. But for now, we add some more soil for them so that the roots can continue to grow and the plants can continue to grow. Now that we're done, we need to clean up this place so that everything looks a little bit better, wash up, and make sure we leave this place clean. we are done. Here's all my plant babies, my lavender as well, which I've already deadheaded, and we wait for our next bloom. I hope you've enjoyed this episode or this sharing of me and my new interest in gardening. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you on my next escapade.